Produced by Ray.
Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. It's Brother Uriel Ben Judah. I just wanted to come on and give my testimony pertaining to how did I come into the truth. So first of all, I want to start off by a scripture that made me find the truth. Before I came in, I've been in the truth now for about between 6 and 8 years now. And I was at a crossing point in my life where things wasn't going right. You know, I was going to a Christian church, and I knew that a lot of things that was happening at the time, and the things that was being taught to me was not right. My spirit wasn't being set. It wasn't set with it. So I was doing a lot of research and a lot of study by myself. And actually, it was an Edomite that I was studying with for probably about 3 years, by the name of, his name was Pastor Arnold Murray. He was he knew the Bible, but he kept out who the true children of Israel was. And what made me get an understanding of the scriptures is trying to prove him wrong in the scriptures, because of the simple fact that a lot of Christian church has been lying to me. And of course, I was a so-called deacon in the church. I was doing a lot of work in the church, far as teaching and Sunday school, as well as preaching sometimes. And I ran across, in a low point in my life, I was struggling with the surface understanding that I had. I did not know in the Bible who I was. So I stumbled across the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, chapter 5, and it says, "I am black, but comely." And at that moment, I said, wow, Solomon is saying that he's black, but he's beautiful. Now, like I said, at the time I was against the fence. I didn't know whether I wanted to be a Christian. I was leaning towards being a Muslim. I was basically trying to find my identity, and I wasn't finding it in a Christian church. So as I stumbled across this particular verse, what happened was I started tracing back Solomon's lineage all the way back to Genesis, back to Adam, and found out that everybody that was in Israel at that point in time, they were black people. They were so-called of Negroid descent. And as studying the scriptures, at that time, I didn't know or have anybody that I could lean on to be able to guide me in these scriptures. I haven't heard of an Israelite at that time, and I have not even seen or heard of anybody talking about the Israelite culture at that time. So at one point in time, I thought that I was in this truth all by myself. So I continued to study for probably about a equivalent of 2.5 years before I even found anybody else that was, considering themselves as a Hebrew Israelite. Now, I'm not computerly inclined, so I wasn't in the sense of going on YouTube and getting information like a lot of brothers do now. But I went on YouTube and I typed in Black Hebrew Israelites. And what I stumbled across first was ISUPK. ISUPK was the brother. I seen the brother Tazariak. He was battling with a lot of Egyptologists and a lot of Kemet people on the streets. A very knowledgeable brother in these scriptures, and the brothers of ISUPK, you know, and I was looking at their videos for probably about 6 months. And as me digging into the truth, I stumbled across IUIC with Bishop Nathaniel about certain topics that I was looking at, far as the Gentiles being grafted in. And that really like kind of confound me in the knowledge that I thought I knew. And it really opened my eyes up to a greater understanding of the scriptures and giving me to the strength to be able to dig deeper in the scriptures. So from that point in time on, I started finding other brothers that was out of state that I actually would drive to and link up with. We would do Bible studies and teaching, and I started teaching people that was around me the truth. Now, some of them took heed to the scriptures, and some of them didn't. But at the end of the day, I thank the Most High for the brothers that I'm surrounded with. The brothers of Rise of the Chosen, Truth Beyond the Surface, you know what I mean? Temple, you know, brothers that I fellowship with, brothers that I can call on. It's a real brotherhood, you know, and that's my testimony pertaining to how I came into the truth. So with that, I say shalom.